Hi, Scott McKinnon here with Monstars MMA in association with Fightbook MMA. We're going to go live with Andreeas Binder. Then afterwards, we're going to go live with Lexi Rook. And hopefully, afterwards, Alex Perez as well after his devastating win last night. So I'll just get Andreas on. Yo, what's happening?
Hey man, how are you keeping?
How's it going? Not bad. Yourself?
Good man, good. Kept busy.
Yeah, how's lockdown been treating you?
It's all right, I guess. I'm just kept busy with work. I'm still working, so just tough enough without training in the gym. But yeah, just try to stay as busy as I can.
Yeah, I seen just before the lockdown you changed jobs as well. You work in a shop now, so you're a key worker.
Yeah, man, I'm working in Aldi now, so it's a big difference from doing security and all that. But like I said, it's nice to kind of work, and stay a bit busy because you go cracked, you go crazy inside the house.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm a key worker as well. Like I work with a place that produces starch and gluten and stuff, so we go into bread, medicine, and pet food and things.
Yeah.
And people keep saying to me, "Oh, how's lockdown and things like that?" It's not really changed apart from going to the gym. Like there's not much changed.
No, not really. Like here, it's a bit more kind of like it was a bit stricter at the start, especially the first 2 3 weeks, like over in Ireland. But it's kind of easing off now, and now they're saying that the gyms will be back open hopefully by 26th of July instead of 10th of August. So that's a big bonus. But yet again, you never know. Like,
Yeah, I've seen a few things in Ireland with like the guards and stuff flying about, and you sent me a message the other day saying that there was a lot of them and stuff. So
but
it's
they've gone very strict. Like like before we didn't really like. Fair enough. Like they're doing their job, but they've gone really strict now. Like they stop you for anything, and if you don't have a letter with you, they could fine you. Like so. Sure. Look, we just got to go through it.
Yeah, it's crazy around the world, but in the UK they've been quite strict as well. You know Danny Williams, the MMA fighter from Wales.
Yeah.
He posted near at the start that he went for a run, and it was about 11 o'clock at night, and two police officers stopped him, and they were going to fine him £60 because he was out having a run
That's
in
so stupid.
the middle of the countryside. So, but where I live, it's quite lenient, and there's been people who are like there's lots of like Eastern Europeans and stuff like that that live in my town, and they've
Yeah.
been having like crazy house parties because there's like 9 people that live in one house. So they all say like we're in one house. There's a
Yeah.
lot of house shares here, so they can't really do much about it.
Yeah. They're all living together, like, so you can't really do nothing about it, like.
Yeah. So before we spoke about you obviously you're moving to Liverpool. Well, you were planning on moving to Liverpool. Is that still happening this year?
It's gonna happen next year. Definitely. Like, well, it's out there now, but yeah, it's gonna happen. I've been training up with Aspire lads, and man, the sparring partners for my weight and all this, like, they have Simon Ridgway, they have Faz, they have loads of lads up there, Ben Crowley, like, and it's just they push me to my paces. And like I remember the first training camp I went over there, literally before my second pro fight. Dean Garnett and the rest of the boys up there, man, they were just 100% with me. So I really appreciated that. But yeah, man, like the missus could change her job there, and I could change that as well. So, but it's gonna happen next year sometime.
Yeah. So what was I'm getting up coaches here. What was like behind it that you just decided that you fancy a change of scenery and
Um, just different bodies, I suppose, and just like high experience fighters and everything. It's I love my club to bits, but it's just it's hard enough like to get like pro MMA fighters from Galway. Unless, like I said, unless you're living in Dublin, you're not going to get anywhere really from Galway. Like so, yeah. I kind of want that change, and I see the UK scene. Like when I was sparring over in MMA Liverpool as well, sparring with Tim Burnett and John Ta and all these lads. They're absolute legends. Like sparring with them, and it's nice to kind of spar with pro fighters. And
yeah,
it kind
speaking
of
of
shows
like
where you are.
changing the faces in the gym and stuff like that, the perfect example was last night in the UFC with Cody Garbrandt. He's done
Yeah, yeah,
half his camp at Alpha Male and a half a camp in New Jersey, and he was on a 3 fight losing streak, 3 fight KO
yeah,
losing
yeah,
streak,
yeah.
and
Oh, you need
the
you need
performance
that.
he put on last night was just incredible.
Yeah, I seen his. I was watching actually the UFC card because lucky enough I was off today. So but man, it was some spectacular knockouts and some seriously talented young people coming up now. I like even look at Sean O'Malley, like animal man, and especially the fight with Brian Kelleher as well. Like he went the decision and everything. But it's just like there's upcoming like very talented fighters coming through the ranks now. You know?
Yeah, and like you're saying, up and coming fighters like Chase Super, I put a lot of hype on Chase Super. Like he's only just turned 20
Yeah.
years old, and yes, his stand up wasn't there last night, but his ground game's on another level, and he's 20 years old. Like
Yeah, exactly. Like he didn't even hit his peak yet, you know, like you hit your peak when you're about 25, 26. So he still has loads to grow into it, like and develop new skills. So
and that was his first loss last night as well.
yeah,
So
yeah, that's the thing, man. You learn, you know, you win and you learn. Simple.
so when is it that now you're planning on fighting again?
Um,
Obviously, pending if the gym's open and when they're meant to on the 15th or the 26th. Sorry.
yeah, well, I was looking at September and October. I see UKFC. They want to. J Cross wants to kind of like organize. Well, hopefully it'll go through for October. For UKFC, there's a good few promotions out there, like you know. So like now I was kind of like I bulked up a little bit so I can develop a bit, work on my new kind of muscle groups in my body and all that, and build up my strength, and then cut down nicer. I always made weight, but like I kind of want to develop new muscle mass and all that. I was working with Aaron Burke, so it'll be something different, you know.
Yeah, speaking on like Jay Cross, I think he's trying to do on the 22nd of July.
Oh, July. That'll be a bit too early for me. Like.
But yeah, when you're saying about like you want to make a nicer weight cut and things like that, it's always something that's got me like when you see it like UFC fighters, Bellator fighters and stuff. They do it mainly fight week. Is
Yeah.
it easier doing it that way, or with it is it learning how to do it? Whether you do it for a diet, through your whole fight camp of the 12 weeks, if you've got that 12 weeks, or cutting it down slowly and then just cutting the last few pounds on fight week.
Um. Well, you see, I done a lot of weight cuts, and I found it very hard at the start because I was doing the wrong nutrition. I was doing this wrong, and kind of like dehydrating my body a lot and starving myself, but it didn't work for me. So I always made weight, but like I seen the performance inside of it, it wasn't where I was. And I'll say the last 4 or 5, say give or take 4 or 5 fights, I kind of listened to Aaron. He was been looking after my nutrition and everything, and every time I'd weigh in, I'd be about maybe 79 to 80 kilos, say 2 days before my weigh-ins, and then I didn't have to do my like Epsom salt baths or sauna or anything, so it'll fall off me, you know, because
Yeah,
I done it within 2 3 months. So
yeah, that's what I kind of mean. Like a lot of people don't really do it so much with the dieting where they know they can cut maybe 2 or 3 pounds a week. They do it a lot less, so they only cut 1 or 2 pounds a week instead of that 3 or 4, and then take 5 or 6 pounds off fight week, and or maybe even the day before weigh-ins.
yeah, like usually before my weigh-ins, I could maybe 2 3 kilos max. I don't want to kind of cut too much because I can see like it affects your performance. You know, well, in my case, some fighters could be like, you know, could recover faster and all that. But for me, like especially my last fight, I was struggling to put on weight afterwards. You know, I walked in after my weigh-in, so I weighed in at like 76.4, and I think I was about 81, 82 kilos inside the cage. I couldn't really put on weight, and literally he told me eat whatever I tell you to do and follow my instructions, and I did, and I felt fresh. I didn't feel tired. I didn't feel anything. You know, the training was there, nutrition was there, so I felt great.
Yeah, one of the ones that sticks out to me is a couple of months ago, I think it was last year, Anthony Pettis done one, and he cut down to 155, and obviously the day before, and everyone said to him, "Oh, how much can you normally weigh come fight night?" And he actually done a picture fight morning, and he was 186.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of water. Well, fair enough. Like, you know, your body absorbs a lot of water straight away. You know, the water absorption. So you could put on about maybe even 10 pounds just of that. you know. And then when you put the food and everything, it just absorbs everything like a sponge because you're dehydrating and you're starving your body for a long time.
Yeah, and Anderson Silva used to only be on weight for about 20 minutes. He used to cut from, I think at the start of his camp on one of the ones I seen, he was like 235.
Yeah.
And come fight week, he was about 195, 196. So then he'd do it the night before, get down to 185, and then go sit in a hotel room for 3 hours on a drip. And by the time fight night come, he'd be in and around 220.
Yeah. Crazy, man. Weight cuts plays a big part in any fighter's game. Like, you know, if you do it right, you could be successful and you'll definitely perform 100%. But then if you do it wrong, you could be drained and all that. So it all depends on everyone's body, you know.
Yeah, so how have you been training and staying fresh and keeping yourself active and stuff like that whilst the lockdown's been on? Obviously, we can't go out and train with sparring partners and stuff like that. And it's only been the past few weeks. Not sure how it's been in Ireland where you can only go to a park with one person, like that you live in the house with, but now you can go do like PT sessions and things like
Yeah.
that.
Well, I'd say the first 4 or 5 weeks, lucky enough, like I had my fight on the 7th of March, and then the lockdown, I think, kicked in on the 16th or 17th. I can't really remember, a week after. So I kind of like relaxed a bit for a week. And where I live, I have like a running track, so it's not too bad. I kind of do my running around here. Um, and then I have the gym downstairs. Like I have, you know, some weights, some dumbbells, bench press, bike, treadmill, whatever I need. So that kind of kept the conditioning side of it. But then I do my sparring with my brother, like, because he's good stand up, good Thai boxer. So I was like, just punch the head of each other. It's unreal. And yeah, I'm doing pads now with Ty, a good mate of mine, and Aaron Burke. So we're kept, you know, like trying to stay as busy as I can, but it's very hard to kind of do everything, especially with work, because we're so busy. You know, like we're contracted for 25 hours, but you're never going to do 25. We're doing about 40. Yeah. So, but look, I'm just happy enough that I can actually do something. You know, I'm not kind of stuck at home.
Yeah, because I put a post up a few weeks ago that during the lockdown it could be good that fighters that have got injuries and things like that, or they're not ready so much, that it could give these promotions time to get themselves ready for these shows, and then as soon as the lockdown finishes, a month later they could have a show, and they're gonna have stupid amounts of fighters ready to go, like that'll be nice and fit and healthy. Obviously, like
Yeah.
people going out running, doing cycling and what have you. And then I thought to myself, but they haven't been training with pads like jiu-jitsu, ground game, or anything like that. So it's kind of two ways that it could go really. As soon as the lockdown's finished and shows are allowed.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it all depends on the fighter. If you want to get as soon as you can back in that cage, you'd want to stay fit, because you're not gonna like be ready within 2 3 weeks for a fight. Like, you know, you could be physically ready and on weight, but your sharpness won't be there, or you know what I mean. Like, you need that proper sparring, you need proper grappling, and whatever training you have to do. Like, you can do so much at home and so much on the track, but it's different. Or you can punch a bag as much as you want, but it's different getting punched in the face, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this lockdown opens up a lot of eyes for everyone, really. Like, especially for me, like, man, it's so nice spending time with the family now and all that. Because whenever I'm in training, I'm literally training, working every day. But now it's just nice to kind of spend some time with the family, and then when training resumes again, I'm full at it again.
Yeah, that's kind of sort of the thing I was meaning. Like you said, it gives you time off, like spend with the family and stuff like that. Because when you're not like see for me, I'm at the gym 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, sort of. So when I'm not at work, I'm at the gym. So I only get a couple of hours during the week with the family, and then Saturday and Sunday really. So
Yeah.
it's either I go for a run or I go open mat on a Sunday. So it's nice sometimes to really spend some more time with the family, just relax a little bit, where you don't have to be 100% for it full time.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to go full force.
Yeah, that's true. It's just it's a nice way to kind of like spend that time with the family, like, you know, because when you're back in full swing, it's like you spend whatever time you have, like at the weekends or something, but it's still not the same. You know what I mean? Now you're constantly in each other's faces, so you have no choice.
Yeah, people kind of don't really look forward to Mondays, but like going back to work and things like that, people might now, instead of being like, oh yeah, it's Monday, I can go back to training or
Yeah, yeah,
things like that, especially when it comes down. But it can, for me, it kind of can, like, you separate the mindset of people as well. Like the people that have enjoyed the lockdown too much, where they've just taken it easy and not done as much to stay like active or what have you. And then when they
Yeah.
get back, they're going to say, oh, this show's on, that show's on. All right, oh, I need 3 months, or I need 4 months because I need to get back in shape because I've put on 15, 20 pounds whilst the lockdown's been on.
Yeah, yeah. That's the hardest part is just trying to stay away from shit food, man. That's you see, like you know me at this stage, man. I love my chocolates, so it's hard enough to try and stay away from all them. But you know, like you're obviously gonna have your cheat meals now and then. But like I said, you're not in full swing. You don't have that set goal in front of you. Oh, I have this fight or I have that. So hopefully October I can get matched and we'll go again.
So, are there any promotions in mind that you've got going on, or is there any that just come about for October?
Like I'd love to fight on UKFC again. I'd love to fight on Cage Conflict again because I'm their welterweight champion. Any promotion really, I don't really care. Like I just want to improve my record and just kind of improve my skills. That's really it. I don't care who.
Yeah, I remember when we spoke for the first time. I think it was like nearly 3 years ago, and you were saying you were still amateur at the time. You were like, I don't care, I just want to fight. And
Yeah,
I think you went for a space of about 4 months, and you fought MMA, K1, then kickboxing, then had a
yeah,
boxing fight, and then you fought MMA again. All
yeah,
in the
yeah.
space of 4 months. It was about 3 weekends in a row. You were back to back fighting.
Yeah, man. That's the thing. Like amateur. It was all about learning. I want to develop my skills in every single aspect, whether it was jiu-jitsu, was a boxing, whatever. And it helped me along the lines, especially now in the pro career. I remember I was fighting K1. Then the weekend after, I fought in UKFC against Graham Neelan for the welterweight title, and then the following weekend I fought a K1 title and I won that as well. So it was two titles a weekend, one after the other. But then I was tarnished, man. I had a fractured foot, fractured knuckles. I was just dead like for about 3 weeks. Like, I was so sore, but paid off at the end.
Yeah, and even like being busy like that, and you saying like you want to get back to MMA and things like that. I know you enjoy your grappling competitions and stuff like that as well. And it's not just for MMA shows to come back; it's for the grappling competitions. And some people,
Yeah,
they like their K1 and their kickboxing and stuff like that. It is beneficial for that as well, because obviously you can't just test yourself with just your jiu-jitsu or get better
yeah, yeah.
whilst you fight in MMA. You have to kind of do a mixture of them all.
Yeah, like I remember I was jiu-jitsu. I only started competing really like in the last 2 years. I wasn't really that kind of like keen in competing jiu-jitsu because I just wasn't interested because I was busy enough with my judo, so I just kept busy with the judo. So yeah, I only started competing jiu-jitsu I'd say the last 2 years, and now I'm just hooked to it. Like, I really love it. Like, so like I competing over in Leeds in Empire Pro Grappling twice now. But it's just it's that experience of traveling abroad, making weight and everything. So it's nice.
It's like, it's like my missus just walked in the room. She's like, "Can I come in?" I was like, "Yeah, you know, sure."
No worries.
Yeah, like I know when we spoke before, you said that it was all about the experience and stuff like that, and you wanted to come in and do as much as you possible. I know you've slowed it right down whilst you're in the pros, as in not that you have to take it more serious, but
Yeah.
it's you don't want to tarnish that record as much.
Yeah, you see, with the amateur, you can fight every weekend. It doesn't really matter, like, 'cause that's what amateur is about learning. But in the pro, you kind of have to protect your record a little bit, like, but not like shying away from a fight. Like, I'd fight whoever they put in front of me. I don't care, but you can't be fighting every month or you can't be fighting every weekend. You know what I mean? You kind of have to have a proper training camp. Okay, this is your opponent. That's his weaknesses. That's his strengths. You have to work at them, and then work on what weaknesses and strengths you have, and get better and better each day. But yeah, you just kind of have to play smart, like, because nowadays that's what promotions are. They're a business. You put people's asses on the seats. They'll want you. You have a good record. You can talk for yourself. They'll want you there. So that's the way it is now.
Yeah, and obviously with the like going back to the Chase Super fight last night, there after Alex Caceres had won, he done the interview back and he was like, "Yeah, everyone's saying that I was a journeyman and all this, that, and the other." Because I think his record is 17-12, I think it is, or
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that. And he was like, "I know what I am at the minute to the UFC because he's enjoying fighting too much and he just loves fighting. So if he gets caught, he gets caught, and but he's still in the promotion. I think that was his 15th or 16th fight in the UFC last night. So
Yeah.
even if he is a journeyman, he's a 16 fight veteran in the UFC.
Yeah, sure. Look at Masvidal as well, man. I don't know. I think he had about 12, 13 fights with the UFC as well. Like he's like people looked at him. Oh yeah, he's a journeyman too, but he's an absolute animal. Like he's walking through people. Like, and the thing is, everyone hits their peak at different times. And I'll say Masvidal hit his peak last year or the year before, and he's going through people. Like same with Caceres as well. Like he's mashing people now.
Yeah, it's the same with Amanda Nunes. I think she only hit her peak when she fought Ronda Rousey, so 2 years ago. So she was 30, and now there's no stopping her. And I think when she first came to the UFC, she was, I think it was 5-4 or 5-3 or something like that. And everyone was like, "Is she going to be right for the UFC and stuff like that?" And she's on an 11-fight win streak now. It's like one behind. I can't remember who it was now. Khabib. She's one behind Khabib for the longest active winning streak in UFC history. So, and obviously when she first started, she was 5-3 or 5-4, and people thought, "Nah, this isn't right. This isn't right." And now look at her; she's up in the mix in the top 5 of the greatest mixed martial artists of all time.
Yeah, it's crazy to see that, man. Like knocking out, like when she knocked out Ronda Rousey, she knocked out Cyborg, knocking like good quality opponents. And it just opened up their eyes and be like, okay, do you know what I mean? She's well worthy of being a champion. And look at her now, 2 division champion as well. She's on fire.
She's the first person in history to hold 2 belts in 2 divisions and defend both of them at the same time whilst holding both of them.
Yeah, I think it's only her and Henry Cejudo. That's the only 2 guys that defended both of their belts, like simultaneously, like.
Yeah, and I was going to say something else there. She's beat every single female bantamweight champion that the UFC's ever had.
Yeah.
So, and her regime's not. It's not really a poor one like Ronda Rousey, Holly Holm, all former champions, Chris Cyborg, and she just seems to be getting better and better. I think the thing that does it for her is she's taken it quite personally as an insult how underappreciated the women's MMA is. And thought, you know what, fuck this, I'm gonna take it to another level and make everyone put note on it, because like every time you see when she wins, she goes straight with the Dynamite, like, yep, that's another one. Yeah,
and she's that's what's gonna be with her, like, she's just gonna keep getting fed opponents and she's gonna walk through them. Simple. I don't see her losing anytime soon anyway.
Neither do I. I think even if she done like a better weight cut, she could probably go back down to 125 and take that title off Val as well.
Oh, I don't know. That's a big cut for her. Like
she's 2-0 against Val already, so
yeah, it'll be a good fight.
It might just be a bit too much of a cut for her.
Yeah, wait, she's just too big. Like she has a lot of muscle mass, so I don't know. I really doubt that though. Be nice.
Well, I know you've got to go. It's a pleasure as always to talk to you. Hopefully get to see you over here sometime soon this year.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I can't wait.
Definitely. We'll do some training together.
Definitely. I can't wait to fucking kick your ass now,
I know all these people I'm speaking to, and they're like, you've been posting pictures of food while I'm weight cutting and stuff like that. And Jason Radcliffe wants to wrestle me for a pizza, so.
Oh, I still have that. Remember we met over in Leeds that time.
Yeah.
And I was literally couldn't wait the night before and all that, and you were just there digging into a burger. I was like, oh, I'm gonna kick his ass for that. Like,
yeah, see, now I look back at this and I think to myself, oh fuck, like, what have I done this for? Like,
remember I told you before, as a man, once you get back into MMA, you'll see how hard it is.
Yeah.
To actually maintain your weight and cut it and all that. But no, man, it'll be a pleasure, like, having a few rounds and some wrestling or whatever you want. Like, it'd be nice. Once I'm over in the UK and all that, it'll be great.
Well, I've been invited up to Liverpool to train for a couple of sessions, so we'll make it happen.
Yeah, man, definitely. It'll be nice.
Good stuff. If anyone you want to shout out or anything like that, then fire away.
Yeah, well, first things first is just the sponsors that I had on board, especially sticking through me with all this pandemic. Salt Flow Recovery, Barnahola, Jack Jones, and Gala City Gym. They've been sticking through it. And last but not least, Print on Galway. They're always looking after all my fight gear and everything, make me look pretty in my fight gear. So yeah, thank you for everyone.
Good stuff. Again, always a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you fighting again soon.
Thanks, man. Take care. Mind yourself.
And you.
See you.
Thanks to Andreas for joining us there. I'm going to see if Lexi's on now and try and get her on. I think I could do it this way. Hopefully I can. If not, I'll come off and yeah. So all right, I'm going to come off. Thanks for joining in. I'm going to speak to Lexi about 5 minutes. Peace.